Hello and welcome to the Redmen TV and another edition of the Extra Time Show. This week we start with an absolute Twitter storm. Following Liverpool's 2-2 draw with West Ham, the Neville brothers were out in force like the Dudley boys, and it all started with Phil Neville on Match of the Day saying Karius needs to shut up and get on with his job. This sent Twitter into meltdown, even got involved on the Redmen TV WhatsApp group with Mr. Machin, the big fella, letting us all know about that. So that's a bit of the inner workings of the Redmen TV there. Dietmar Hamann was saying you don't tell a grown man to shut up. So Jamie Carragher wades in and tells Didier Man to shut up. Red on red violence there, don't know how that's going down. But yeah, the crux of it all then, Gary Neville comes out in defence of his brother and he's criticising Karius. Then Karius comes back and we've got saying he's always very critical. I think he does it to everyone. I just hope when I do well, he will comment on that. So everyone getting involved, and then Jurgen Klopp comes in to layeth the smackdown on Gary Neville and the Neville brothers. And saying things like, on Gary Neville, he showed as a manager that he struggled to judge players. Why do we let him talk about players on TV? Burn, can you feel the burn right there? And Klopp said, you can tell him, Gary Neville, I'm not on Twitter, so he wants to tell me something, don't do it on Twitter. Basically saying, say it to me face, lad, and I'll fucking slap you. And then Tony Barrett saying, Klopp on Gary Neville, he's not interested in a Liverpool player, I can imagine, which is true. So Gary Neville kind of tried to have the last word and say, I'm not a chef, but I know a good steak. It's just a lot of people getting involved, a lot of pressure on the keeper at the minute. And it just got me thinking, and the man staying quiet in all this amidst all the things and all the people getting told to shut up is this man, Stormzy. So my man Gary Neville trying to say he's better than Karius. Tell my man shut up. Yeah, so I think it's a bit of a hoo-ha about nothing. And they're just a pair of pricks, aren't they, the Nevilles? I mean, imagine having a job where thousands of people watch you criticise other people. Moving on. So that was that. I don't know what you think about that. What you think about ex-players being overly critical, perhaps, and clamouring for the keeper's head. It's a strange one. Do we need Nevilles and Carras and all that getting involved with the players, because they should be protecting them? And Klopp's done a really good thing, I think, by coming out and saying lay off Karius, basically. Don't you remember when you made mistakes as players? In the Christmas spirit, we had the former players going to the former player Crimbo party. Neil Mellor and Chris Kirkland here. Chris Kirkland looks surprised even though he's posing for it. Yeah, so a bit like my office party, who's asked, really. It was Daniel Agger's 32nd birthday, absolute Liverpool legend, if not only for the Torres tackle where he put him on his arse. And the West Ham screamer, of course, not to mention his tattoo. So all our thoughts go out to Daniel Agger. What a great player. If not for injuries, would have been a club captain and club legend. Another left-footed legend, Stephen Warnock, not quite in the same bracket as Daniel Agger, but he was 35 today. Not today, yesterday. And yeah, so congratulations to him. And sticking with this left-footed theme, another Liverpool legend with a great left foot is Djimi Traoré. He won the MLS Cup with Seattle Sounders, who we've all played as FIFA. So he can add that one to his Champions League. Djimi Traoré with like an MLS Cup and a Champions League. Anything is possible. But yeah, so on to the football and the under-23s. We're going to cut to Lewis, who was live at Anfield last night. Here he is now.
Thanks, Lewis. 3-2 here at Anfield. Liverpool played quite well. Harry Wilson will take all the plaudits for a good first half performance. Ping ball over the top, finished it with aplomb. We got a second goal, and in truth, he didn't do much after that, but then Arsenal, they come back into it, relied on the keeper. I think half-time was the turning point. Kev Stewart and Joe Gomez were taken off. Liverpool lost a bit of shape defensively. Arsenal were allowed to get back into it, but Shea Ojo got a goal, I think around 30 minutes in. didn't play any risky passes, stopped attacking, let them back into the game at 3-2. Nervous kind of moments, but we held on to it, unlike the first team has been doing. It's Christmas, we've got my Christmas top on as well, got to stay warm. Yeah, good result, and now we have a break until about the 9th of January, so we'll carry on with our friendly games. Back to you, Lewis, in the studio.
Thank you, Lewis, from Anfield. Yeah, it was a decent performance from the Reds. We beat Arsenal 3-2. Yeah, Harry Wilson played well, scored the penalty for the second goal, and we kind of let them back in. The interesting thing was Ojo come off at half-time. I wasn't sure if he was injured at the time, but it was always planned. So we had people last week saying whether Gerrard would be a good fit, and Gertie said, "You mad, bro? The under-23s manager should be someone with experience of developing youngsters, along with tactical nous. Gerrard has never been a member of anyone's backroom staff. If you're trying to spark rumours to the under-23s manager, nah, mate. Under-18s is the only place I want to see Stephen, if it's not on the pitch." But yeah, the under-23s are playing well. There's no new manager at the minute, but with January fast approaching, who do you want to see going out on loan and in their stripes in the Premier League? Like for me, it's like Ovi Ajaria, Kev Stewart and Grujic. You kind of want to see them at like maybe a bottom 5 club in the Prem, or for the attacking players, Ojo, and I know Ovi like fits that bill as well. Should he be going maybe into the Championship, to Newcastle or one of these kind of teams in January? Can you see that happen? What would you like to see? For the under-18s, we have banged 5 past Stoke. So yeah, we're playing when we're scoring goals after a run of a few draws. Glenn McCauley, he got 2 goals. Johnston and Jones and Camacho, the Portuguese lad, which is it's nice to see that the younger lads are playing well in the younger leagues as well. So we're 3rd in the league, we're 4 points off the top, and we could be soon bridging the gap, which is a bit of a reference to Naz, if you know your stuff there. We've got a huge match against Manchester City. I will not lose. Hopefully we don't lose. We cut that to a point, and we can go on and carry on with the rest of the season in January. As for the loans have not, it has just been, it's getting worse and worse for the loans, to be honest. There's not much to write home about. Wisdom had a good game. He come on for Salzburg with his team a man down, and they seen out a 1-0 win. So an important kind of game for him. Centre-back Lloyd Jones, he was on the end of a 4-0 beating, so that's not good news. A flat display from Markovic in the Champions League again, which we don't want to see that. Ryan Kent played. Danny Ward, he had a good game, first win in 5 for him, and with the speculation around the keepers, the likes of Danny Ward, you're thinking, could he come back? Flannel's being dropped, and there's nothing really going on with the others either. So when it comes to transfer targets of the week, I don't want to overreact here. This is, I think we should keep the faith, but there has been a lot of clamour around the goalkeeper. So who would we want to see in the Liverpool goal? Is January too soon to go in and get someone? I was looking at Samir Handanovic. He's 32 years old. He's experienced. He's Slovenian. Plays for Inter Milan. Let's not jump the gun here and start saying Karius is useless or put Mignolet back in. I'd like to see Mignolet sold and get an experience to keep it in for maybe the next 2 years. I know Paul and Chris have been talking about a goalkeeping coach, so check out their videos for what they've got to say on that. But I think a surprise package for the Liverpool transfer targets could be this man, Joe Hart. I mean, not wanted at City, and you're thinking, if he's not good enough for them, is he good enough for us? But, you know, he's played in the Premier League, he can collect crosses. My only qualm with him is he is losing his hair, and he does advertise for Head and Shoulders, so that's never quite sat well with me. But no, I do think we should keep the faith with Karius and get rid of Miggs and let him get some game time elsewhere. Comments of the week. It was a strange one because the views were kind of decimated by the fact that we had the games just either side of it. But there was a lot of uproar over an apostrophe. Ollie Morgan and Garrett there saying, when your name ends in this, you put an apostrophe in. They'll say, thanks guys, written nicely here. Michael Beale leaving, we all wish him well. Going to Brazil. Jay Smith said, Michael Beale off to Brazil. Who's going to look after the chippy? EastEnders joke that not a lot of people are going to get, I don't think. And Voodoo Child saying Michael Beale, letting him go wouldn't be a great idea. He is highly sought of. So highly sought of. He's going to Sao Paulo. That's the point, mate. I think he's got like a promotion here. Vaskop said, Chris and Paul, give Lewis a bonus so that he never comes back as a host. Mate, I don't get paid. This is my day off. So thanks for getting the comments though. So questions to leave yourself or to ask yourself and get involved in the comments. Ex-players commenting on rival teams and their own players. What do you think about that? Should they be doing it or should they not? January is fast approaching. Who of the young lads do you want to be seeing going out on loan and where to? And what do you think about the keeper situation? Are we overreacting or do we want better? Please like, please share, please subscribe, comment, get involved and most of all, take it easy.